minutes away from having it happen. And there it is. He has done it.
Just to enjoy and reflect on what a week it's been. But here comes Shakur Stevenson.
Picture this, two world-class fighters at the absolute peak of their careers, stepping into the ring together. This crossover battle delivers exactly the kind of high-stakes drama that reminds everyone why boxing remains the ultimate combat sport. Pure electric chaos that nobody could have predicted.
Look at this finish from Teofimo!
Teofimo Lopez just crushed Josh Taylor to capture the WBO Super Lightweight Championship. This victory puts another major world title directly in his hands and proves he's operating at championship level.
WBO Lineal Junior Welterweight Champion of the World, the Take!
Look what just happened here. We completely dominated the top-ranked fighter in the division. Josh Taylor was the linear champion and former undisputed king of this weight class. Then Shakur Stevenson stepped up and demolished William Zapata to claim his own world title. The performance was absolutely flawless. These are the kind of massive opportunities that change everything. After showing this level of skill, the possibilities are endless. Don't forget Teofimo Lopez also handled Arnold Barbosa Jr. with ease to keep his WBO super lightweight belt. His confidence builds with every single round.
Knows that he's probably well ahead in the fight.
At the same time, Shakur Stevenson was putting on his own masterclass. He completely controlled William Zapata from start to finish, grabbing another decisive win that keeps building his reputation as a world champion who's here to stay.
Decision, the fighting pride of Newark, New Jersey, and still the undefeated WBC lightweight champion of the world.
When it came time for Teofimo to prepare, Shakur Stevenson was grinding hard in the gym while Terrence Crawford watched over everything. Crawford was there for every single session, fine-tuning each detail and making sure everything was perfect. This is what elite-level commitment looks like in action.
Start the year off right. What the fuck going on? You about to take this shit over. The whole family. You know that.
Shakur Stevenson puts in serious work with his trainer Ronald Sims right by his side. Sims brings the knowledge and experience to polish every aspect of Shakur's game, from technical skills to fight strategy to physical conditioning.
Make sure you can point your fingers. I say that's the bad guy. Well, what I'm making good. Well, yeah, get ready. We need to be pushed today. Bring this smoke, baby.
That dude ain't going to bring it Yep, that's right. Yep, that's right. July 12th, demolishment. We're going to demolish it. The guy's way too slow, Shakur's too sharp, too fast, too strong.
Over in his own camp, Teofimo Lopez is putting in the hours every single day. He's focused on building strength, perfecting his technique, and developing his game plan. The preparation is intense and methodical as he pushes himself to new levels.
Bring your speed. way more motivated this time, you know what I'm saying? He's got a lot to prove. You know, he's got to defend his Ring Magazine title. You know, he's the best in the division right now, holding the Ring Magazine by beating Josh Taylor. So, you know, we got to go in there and, you know, keep that belt, keep that Ring Magazine. Every time you throw a right hand, you got to pull back, go under. It's about motion.
This is the fight boxing fans have been demanding. Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez. Shakur completely understands what Lopez brings to the table. The skill, the power, the experience at the highest level, exactly how dangerous this matchup will be. But that's what makes it so appealing. The pressure and intensity of facing another elite champion is exactly what drives him. Shakur's training camp has been absolutely relentless. Every element of his boxing is getting refined. His hand speed, his defensive movement, his footwork, his punching power, nothing is being left to chance as he gets ready for Lopez. This preparation is all about being completely ready to handle one of the most dangerous fighters in the sport today. Bozy Ennis just sent a serious message to Teofimo Lopez about exactly what he's going to be dealing with when he faces Shakur Stevenson.
Yes, I think Teo the truth, bro. I think that me and him came up together. He been the truth. He been winning tournaments after tournaments with me, alongside of me. So I know what I'm dealing with, bro. I know what type of fighter this is. I know I gotta up my level that night because of who I'm in front of.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I mean, how do you see it, right? Because I hear people saying different things, right? Like media pundits and fans. I brought this up to your grandfather on live the other day. Some people say Teo's more athletic than you. Do you agree with that?
I don't know. It's hard to say who's more athletic. How you gonna say, okay, let's say they say he more athletic than me. If he more athletic than me, if we go outside and do any sport, any other sport besides boxing, can he beat me in it?
What you mean, like basketball race, or running a race?
Any sport, bro. Is he more athletic than me? Because, like, how you gonna be more athletic than me? You can't do nothing better than me at any sport.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. I don't know. I wonder. I don't know. I mean, he's an athletic guy. I don't know.
I'm from the trenches, bro. I come from the hood, bro. He comes from where, bro?
He say Brooklyn, but I don't. He be saying he's from Brooklyn though. I don't know where he's from.
From Florida.
Florida?
He was probably born in Brooklyn. Yeah. He's from Florida. But I'm just saying, like, where I come from is like the hood. I go outside and play basketball every day. I go outside and play football every day.
Yeah.
Of my life.
Yeah.
So for him to be like more athletic, okay, cool. That's what y'all call it, but
man,
I don't know. We'll see you on fight night.
How do you envision it? I mean, I'm sure you played it out in your mind a bunch of times already.
Me just making a great fighter look average. That's how I see it.
Are you gonna fight like the Zepeda way? Cause that was the first time we see you fight like that.
I can't tell you how I'm gonna fight. I fight different styles for different people.
Yeah.
So I may fight this way for this guy. I may fight the other way for another guy. But my main objective is to get the job done.
Ennis breaks it down like this. Stevenson's speed isn't just fast. It's a legitimate weapon that controls entire fights. He uses that quickness to set the tempo, slip punches with perfect timing, and fire back with counters that land exactly where he wants them. Ennis makes it clear that Lopez better not sleep on Stevenson's boxing IQ either. His strategic thinking and ability to read what's happening in real time makes him incredibly complete as a fighter. Watch how Stevenson moves and you'll see that every single thing he does has a purpose behind it. The footwork, the combinations, the defensive adjustments. It's all part of a bigger plan that shows just how elite his preparation really is. Going in there with him means you better have answers for everything, plus the ability to switch up your approach when things aren't working. One wrong move and you'll pay for it immediately. This warning from Ennis really highlights the massive challenge waiting for Lopez. Stevenson has the tools to take control of a fight, shut down what you want to do, and punish any mistakes you make along the way. When you get to this level of boxing, pure talent only gets you so far. The mental game, the preparation, and the execution under pressure become everything. Stevenson has mastered all three areas.
Pick him apart, man. Pick him apart. And I gotta tell everybody that Wichicombe is real athletic too. Teofimo. So I mean, I don't think it's gonna be an easy fight. You know what I mean? People think, a lot of people say it's gonna be easy and all. Nah. Teofimo can punch and he can box. And like I said, he's real athletic. So, you know what I mean? That'll make it a little difficult right there. You know what I mean?
I see a lot of people going back and forth with it. Some people think Teo got the advantage because of the weight and that he's athletic and explosive. Some people say Shakur is the better boxer.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. How you see that fight ending?
Well, they saying, they've got the weight and all that. I see Shakur boxing big guys, light heavyweights and all that stuff. Just like Moose, he box heavyweights and put the heavyweights down. You know what I mean? I think that's the right move for him. You know what I mean? Get up, and I think he can really do good at that weight.
This isn't a stoppage.
I'm looking at a decision, not a stoppage. But then all according how Teo come in. Teo come at him. He's gonna run into some shots. It might be over. You know what I mean?
Now, you always tell me it's the shot that you don't see coming. That's it. That power is speed.
Right.
So, could it be a situation where people underestimate Shakur's punching power?
Yeah. I think Shakur can punch. You know what I mean? I think he can punch. It's just like I said, speed is power. Not them guys, muscle-bound guys come in and they tell me, he can punch and all that. Like I just got finished saying, like you just got finished saying, matter of fact. The punch that you don't see knocks him out. And they always say, man, I didn't see that punch coming. That's the one you worry about. I mean, then you got to look at this. Shakur, he got speed. He a technician, man. He know what he's doing, man.
Roy Jones Jr. has some deep thoughts about the difference between fighters from his generation and the new school approach we see today. He focuses on how respect, behavior, and personal character used to be non-negotiable parts of being a boxer. Jones explains that, back in his day, boxing meant much more than just athletic ability or collecting wins. It was a complete examination of who you were as a person, your self-discipline, and your personal code of honor. Real fighters were supposed to handle themselves with class, give respect to their opponents, their trainers, and the entire sport, while still making sure everyone knew they were confident and dangerous. The old school way combined mental discipline, smart strategy, and technical skill with a deep understanding that your reputation outside the ring mattered just as much as your record inside it. These fighters knew that being a true champion meant having respect for others while never backing down when someone crossed the line. Today's boxing scene puts way more emphasis on creating buzz, entertainment value, and getting attention from the media, which sometimes comes at the cost of those fundamental principles that used to define the sport. Jones believes that even though boxing has evolved, the core values like honor, taking responsibility for your actions, and staying true to your principles will always be what separates the real ones from everyone else. At the end of it all, he thinks a fighter's true legacy gets measured by victories and losses, but also by the character, respect, and integrity they showed throughout their entire career.
To announce the fight. I don't understand the press conference. Shakur Stevenson looked confused about the press conference. Teofimo Lopez is known for saying outlandish things, but I've noticed over the last couple years, he's making less and less sense when he speaks. Like, the types of things that he's saying at the press conference are just unnecessary. The things that he's saying and the way he's saying it, I don't know if it's nervous energy. I don't know if he's just trying to get a rise out of these cameras and people online so they can talk about him. I really don't know what it is, but I don't understand why guys do things like that. What does that have to do with the fight? What does that have to do with boxing? Only thing you might accomplish out of that is making Shakur Stevenson mad, and he try to make you pay for that come fight night on January 31st. I don't get that kind of stuff. See, we'll look at stuff like that and we'll laugh at it in the sport of boxing, and we won't say that that's affecting boxing or hurting boxing. We'll just say that's just the way fighters are. But we'll get mad at a Jake Paul and we'll say that he's ruining boxing because you don't like Jake Paul or the things that he says or the fact that he's making money in a space that he didn't grow up in. To me, these are the kind of things. Press conferences like that, when you got Teofimo Lopez saying some of the things that he said, that's the kind of stuff that give boxing and fighters a black eye. That's why when we walk in a room and people know that you fought for a living or you currently fight for a living, they expect a certain type of thing. They look at you a certain type of way, and you almost gotta prove that you're not that to be able to get some respect when you're speaking to people, because they don't expect us to be people who are sensible, people that can articulate their words, people that can be sensible about how they go about their everyday life. So I personally, listen, everybody goes about this fight thing, this competition thing different. I'm not saying nobody has to be like me, gotta be like you or anybody else. Be yourself, but that kind of stuff, to me, I don't really see a place for it in the sport of boxing. It don't make sense. It got everybody scratching their head, and your opponent who came there to talk to you about this fight, he wants to hear what you got to say about what you gonna do to him and vice versa. But you got an opponent in Shakur Stevenson who's confused now. He literally was looking around like the look that Shakur Stevenson had on his face was, I did not come here for this. And I think he even said, I really don't know what to say about it. That don't make for a good press conference to me.
Yeah, I know. But see, this is what I try to tell you about. I know y'all don't hear me a lot of time when I say it. There's old school and there's new school. Old school has something that been said. It would not have allowed us to be able to come face to face. Because you don't say it to me and think I ain't gonna try to tear your head off as soon as I get close to you.
Wait, so you're not gonna wait till fight night. You're gonna get it in that day.
Because some things are too difficult. Because sometimes you go a little bit beyond respect. That's disrespectful. If you disrespect me on any level, we fighting then. Now I'm gonna try to hold it together but if you disrespect me, which is what he just did, I'm not gonna ask him about what he's talking about. When I get close enough, I'm gonna show him what I ain't talking about. You understand where I'm coming from? So there's a difference. That's why I say you gotta know the difference from the old school and the new school. Had he said that in my day, it could not. I would tell him, listen, whatever y'all do, don't let me get close to him. Because if I get close to him.
Chris Algieri really drives home why it matters so much. When elite-level fighters actually choose to fight each other, especially when there's serious risk involved for both sides. His view is that boxing should never be about playing it safe, protecting your record, or cherry-picking easy opponents. Real boxing is about finding out what your limits are, pushing past them, and proving your skills against the absolute best competition available. When you step up to face elite opposition, every part of your game gets tested and improved. Your technical abilities, your strategic thinking, your mental strength, your ability to stay calm under pressure, and your physical conditioning all get pushed to new levels. These massive fights show everyone what a fighter is really made of and separate the good fighters from the truly legendary ones. Sure, avoiding tough fights might keep your record looking perfect for a while, but it doesn't build real credibility, earn genuine respect, or create the kind of legacy that lasts. Real champions are the ones who have the courage and determination to face anyone, learning something valuable from every single fight, whether they win or lose. For Algieri, these elite versus elite matchups represent everything beautiful about boxing. They're where heart, skill, and strategy get tested against the highest level of competition, creating those special moments that define entire careers and make the whole sport better.
Each other, let's have guys take the risk, and let's be okay with fighters having losses. How about that? Guys can have losses and still be at the top of the game. Why not? So this is a really important fight, I think, for the health of the sport. You have gone on record several times saying it's not going to be the best fight or, burning, raging fight, whatever. I think it's going to be an awesome fight because of the level. And it's one of those fights you're just like on the edge of your seat because it's so tight. Are they going to throw a million punches? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But I think the level is going to be so high, it's going to overshadow that they're not that busy.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think it's going to be. I mean, you don't have to. You follow the sport, and you know it's not going to be like some type of shootout. But it's very important. I did say that numerous times. This is a very important fight. The Shakur wins. I think he belongs in the top 5 to 7 in pound for pound.
Shane Mosley emphasized. Here's what it really comes down to. The result of any major fight depends completely on what styles and approaches each fighter brings with them that particular night. Power, speed, patience, and the ability to adjust during the fight matter way more than whatever the media or fans are saying beforehand. Being able to read your opponent, change your tactics when something isn't working, and take advantage of opportunities as they appear usually decides who wins more than fame or past accomplishments. This viewpoint serves as a reality check for everyone involved that boxing isn't about who talks the loudest or has the most impressive record on paper. It's a technical and strategic sport where one moment of brilliance or one critical mistake can flip everything upside down. Proper preparation, mental toughness, and staying disciplined are just as important as natural athletic gifts. Getting caught up in the hype or underestimating what someone brings to the table can end your night real quick. The bottom line is that boxing greatness gets proven through performance and adaptation, when the lights are brightest and the pressure is highest, not through predictions and expectations from the outside. What a fighter can actually do in there, round after round, is the only thing that truly counts.
I don't know if Shakur Stevenson is going to get slower moving up in weight or not, where Teofimo can hit him. Maybe he was really fast at 130, 26-30, maybe 35, but 40, you put him on a little bit more weight. Shakur Stevenson has a very strong style where he can sit back and pot shot you and box and stuff like that, where Teofimo can also box and is very athletic and can get from side to side and can make things difficult for you as well. So what style is going to impose on the other is what we want to see.
So which style will impose? Is it something where like the first rounds really will dictate, or?
I think you're going to need a couple of rounds, but the first round is going to be very interesting. Maybe you see some tails, but I think maybe 2 or 3 you're going to start seeing one leave the other. Because I don't think that, well, maybe, I mean, Shakur might show some different, if he has to go after Teofimo, he might show some different type of heart that we haven't seen or different type of fighting we haven't seen. And vice versa, you know, whereas Teofimo's hitting him with different shots off the angle, that is kind of giving, you know, Shakur Stevenson trouble. We'll see about that. So we just don't know.
That wraps up everything for now. Catch you next time.